Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode just really cleared the board in a way that I would have never guessed they would have done at this point in the show. But the Shadows and the Vorlons are gone to some other place beyond the rim of what is known. And we're on our own now, which is very exciting, but also it's such an unknown. And I can't imagine what else is in store for us. This next episode is called Epiphanies, and I mean, what are we going to realize now that we are on our own? I'm sure there's many things to fix. Kind of get everybody back into so many planets were destroyed. I'm sure you're still going to be dealing with refugees, and are those people that we sent to Epsilon 3, are they going to stay there? I'm sure there's a lot of diplomatic stuff to get into. Our relationship with Earth, are we going to deal with that? I mean, there is obviously still more plot going on, but like the greater picture, what are we going to set up next? But I'm just so surprised of how last episode went that it's kind of exciting to see where they're going to go from here. So I can't wait to start that out. So let's get into it. Are we celebrating? Woo woo! Amazing!
Trouble will come in its own time. It always does. But that's tomorrow. Give me today and I will be happy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to live every day to the fullest, no when you've only got like 20 years.
The President has commissioned a new program involving Psychor, Earth Force, Night Watch, and the Ministry of Peace.
Oh, God.
Now, for reasons of security, none of these groups will know what the others have been assigned to.
Bester.
Stepping on each other's toes.
The President wants Babylon 5 shut down. Permanently.
Well, we're right back into it. Moment over.
The royal bloodline isn't what it used to be. Too much intermarrying, I suppose. I always say when you reduce a family tree to a family bush, you just can't hide as much beneath it.
That's one way to put it.
Exactly. So the Centaurum has decided to appoint a regent to the throne.
Pays very well, I hear, but it's simply a ceremonial role.
Actually, they've selected you.
It hardly seems worth... Me?
You?
Can't promise anything, but I might be able to fix you up with a prosthetic.
Hey.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match. There's a rumor that after Narn was freed, your people wanted to put you in charge. Is that true?
I have seen what power does, and I have seen what power costs.
Oh, Garibaldi, what are we going to do about you? So I guess it's not like a shadow that's with you. They all left. But you're still not right, I don't think.
Computer, delete last transmission and log of incoming messages.
What was that?
I've decided to resign as head of security.
No! Why did they tell you to do that?
You can't just resign like this.
We all went through hell together, and whether you realize it or not, we're all damn lucky to be alive. I did my part, and now it's
What is this really about?
time for me to try and find a life for myself.
Why, the Emperor himself said I would only be allowed to leave over his dead body. I said, well, how strange. Mr. Allen said I would only be allowed back onto Babylon 5 over his dead body. With my very busy schedule, I can only accommodate so many requests.
The only reason that guy is still alive is that half the time I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
You haven't heard the
I
news?
wish I didn't. But that's why it's important to check in on customs on a regular basis. You never know who's going to walk
Bester,
in.
get out of here.
Yes, Mr. Allen, but I'd suggest the word you're looking for is door.
I heard you lost your, that the Centauri captured you because of me. Well, if you had stayed here on the station where you had sanctuary, then they couldn't have...
He's not mad at you. He's going to hug you.
I'm sorry.
Welcome home,
Maybe so. Until we know more, we have to go along with this.
Meanwhile, I'm putting you in charge of security.
Yep.
After that, I want you to find Lita Alexander and escort her to the conference room.
The newly issued presidential mandate forbids any Earth-ship to travel to or from Babylon 5. This includes commercial transport, passenger liners, and private cruisers. The president took this action in response to reports from the Ministries of Peace and Security detailing possible terrorist threats emanating from Babylon 5.
Oh, get off
The
it.
president will release information regarding these threats at a later date.
How come the only time people come to see me is when they want something?
Well, that's kind of the way it goes.
Scan someone, protect someone, set up the Vorlon so you can take him out. I nearly got my brain fried at Zahadum, but nobody comes just to visit.
Aw.
Nobody comes by and says, let's have dinner.
There's a rumor going around that before they left, they changed you, made some modifications, so yeah.
I mean, they did,
We're
but
around you. With everything we've been through lately, can you blame them?
she's fine.
I can't.
You no longer exist in my universe. Pray that we never notice one another again.
Mrs. Alexander has no business being here.
Deal with it.
By all rights, I should arrest her and take her back with me.
Nope.
Well, you could do that. And I could nail your head to the table, set fire to it, and feed your charred remains to the Pak Mara.
Haven't we learned by now to trust each other?
No.
Sit.
The organic technology used in the wetware is beyond anything we've ever come across before.
Why not go there and take it?
Go back to Zahadum. Are you nuts?
Why not? If what you say is true, the place is deserted.
No, they would have left defenses.
Maybe so. But that's my price. You take me to Zahadum and I'll tell you what I know about Phase 2.
We can send someone else, right?
No one else knows here.
Whoa.
Their mission is to jump out and destroy the security patrol before they can react. Then leave behind evidence indicating that Babylon 5 was responsible for the attack. Blaming you for the unprovoked murder of our pilots
Of course.
will help get the military and public opinion back on Clark's side.
Zach, you're the best second I've ever had. You'll make a good chief. Well, not as good as me, but, we can't expect miracles here, right?
Jeez, talk about delusions of adequacy.
Delusions of adequacy. Wow.
The war's over. We won. We should get a few days off before the next big crisis.
Never
It seems
stops.
to work out that way.
Sometimes I try to picture you sitting on a beach with absolutely nothing to do.
And
And the picture always ends with your head imploding.
you've known me this long to know me so well.
Alpha Squadron to Earth Force Patrol. It's a trap. Hang on. Hang on.
Damn, people, you just saved our butts. Where the hell did you come from?
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5? I thought you were supposed to be the bad guys here.
Well, let's just say that reports of our disloyalty have been greatly exaggerated.
Yes.
You've been keeping me out since I got here. A good question is why? A better question is how? I was thinking.
Oh, it's whatever the Vorlons did.
There may be some value in not turning you over.
We all change.
You have a moral obligation to share it with the Corps, Lita.
No, she doesn't.
Corps' mother.
Cor's mother. Cor's
In that
father.
case,
Get out of
Mr.
here.
Lester, I'm an orphan.
Hell yeah.
Not an orphan. I know things about you wouldn't want anyone else to know.
Don't try it. Ugh. What? Leave her alone.
These aren't shadow vessels. Who are they?
Shadows could not have done all they did alone. They had allies,
Oh.
dark servants from other races who helped.
I'm not sensing anything. It feels dead.
Then we can go in. There's no one there to stop us.
Come about.
What?
Get us away from the planet. Fast.
What? Oh god, it's about to blow?
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, you gotta go. This was a wasted trip. Man.
I still have an ace in the hole. And it'll hurt them more than anything they've ever done.
What is it?
I'll see you soon. I promise.
What does he have up his sleeve?
The shadows picked up on your telepathic signal.
Hyperspace has been known to enhance telepathic abilities.
Not that much. And do all that and keep Bester from picking up the signal? That's a bit much for a P5, wouldn't you say?
Well, she's upgraded.
Maybe even beyond a P10 or a P12. Why would someone go through all that?
Theoretically. Maybe because he got me angry.
That was petty?
Maybe because there's some leftover commands from the Vorlons I haven't recognized yet.
Oh.
Maybe because what's left on Zahadum can't be allowed to fall into anyone's hands for any reason.
It's a lot of different reasons.
Maybe because he has hurt so many of my people, he deserves to be hurt in response.
Theoretically.
Well, I'm glad we're talking theory here, Lita.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I may agree with your reasons, might even have supported the decision if this were to happen again, if a command level decision were made without consulting me, I would turn you over to the Psi Corps and let them turn you inside out. Am I perfectly crystal clear?
Crystal clear.
Yes, sir.
Aw.
I got half plain cheese, half pepperoni. At least they said it was pepperoni.
Clark's having a hell of a time explaining the ambush.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a terrible mistake, he says.
Mm-hmm.
We won't try that again. No one would fall for it now.
I just wish I knew where they were going.
To Centauri? Oh, shit. Okay, so there are consequences from what the Shadow and potentially the Vorlons' legacies have left. And I did not think that the attachment on the neck would come out from this. I was assuming the Shadow's left, so that wasn't going to be something that we'd see. But okay, how does it get to him to Londo? Oh, man. So that's must be something that they took from Zahadum, which is now destroyed. Because Lita wanted it to be, and she did not want to help Bester. She didn't want to help anyone get the potential power that the Shadows had there at Zahadum. But their little minions got away, and they got something that. And it makes sense that they would want to go after the Centauri after what happened with Londo blowing up their little station there. God, there's always going to be that legacy. You would think they would just be like, okay, let's cut our losses and make our own way, but that's not really how the world works. And of course, Earth is not trying to make good at all, even though look at the amazing thing that we did. We got to have a little bit of time to have a little party, but soon thereafter, we've got Earth trying to use a Psi Corps, which I should have known that that's kind of would be the next thing on the menu to deal with. Seeing Bester again, I can't help but like to see him, even though I just want to wring his little neck. But he's so interesting in the way that he's so unlikable, but I do feel for him about his wife. But at the same time, like him talking shit about Lita and like he's got this ace up his sleeve, like I'm worried about him. And then Garibaldi leaving. No, who was that message from? Who is controlling him? I am so upset about this. But like you see him like interact with Jakar and he seems like his old self, but he's not completely that old Garibaldi, and I want to know what's going on. I want to be able to stop it. It's terrible. That little talk that Sheridan and Lita had there, I think she knows that she got away with one, and I think her reasonings were sound because Sheridan even said, I think it's understandable the way for the reason for doing it, but she can't do it again. She can't undermine him at all. But, if she would have told him, there's a possibility that Bester could have read him. But, Lita was blocking all of his shit. She is so powerful. The Vorlons really souped her up. And we are going to need her, I think. So I'm glad she's making nice with Zach. I hope they develop a friendship or something. And, Lita can feel a little bit more welcomed and not just used. So that's good. Jakar and Londo talked, and that's kind of it. That they're just going to go their separate ways and hopefully not get in each other's way. I would like them to be able to build some kind of bridge, but I think that's just not in the cards. I just don't want them to become enemies again. But Jakar was in good spirits. Like, seeing Garibaldi was picking him up, and that was all very nice, and that's good to see. And he potentially can get like a new eye, which is great. Dr. Franklin's going to help him out with that, so I love that. Yeah, but there's still a lot going on, and I'm not surprised that we would pretty quickly find ourselves in the middle of something else. And them trying to, Earth Gov trying to set up Babylon 5, make them look like the bad guys and try to sabotage things. I'm glad it's out in the open, and it's obvious if it happens again, they're not going to, people are going to be aware. So we got to keep our eyes open and be prepared for whatever else they're going to throw at us, because they're not going to stop. We'll see how it goes. But we've got to, I don't know how deep in we're going to get into like try to like fix Earth's government. I'm curious to know like what the people on Earth are, if they're still trying to protest and everything like that. Don't know. But yeah, still a lot of things going on. I'm worried about what Bester says he's going to do. Worried about Garibaldi. Worried about the Thing. I can't believe, I was so shocked to see that. And what else may those shadow minions have? How else are they going to come at Centauri and any other place they feel that did the shadows dirty? We shall see. But this is getting back into the smaller stuff, if you can call it that, with, you know, in comparison to the shadows and the Borlons. But the ripples of what happened are still going to be felt, and sorting all of this out is going to be a trying experience. But, you know, Sheridan is obviously up for the job. Dylan, they had some moments together, which was nice. I wonder if she's going to get pregnant anytime soon. And I still don't know if we're on a crash course toward that future that we saw. Because I thought once the shadows left that, and, you know, the Warlons as well, that we really changed things for Centauri, especially in Londo. But maybe not, with the thing on the neck. And then if they're still going to be, I don't know. I still think maybe that future we saw is still maybe on the table. I don't know. But I think they were talking about like the shadows coming back every 1,000 years. Like, that's not going to happen now. So maybe some things change, but not everything. I don't know what to think. But Zahadum is gone. So that's a pretty big deal. And, you know, Lita is very powerful. Bester is Bester. Garibaldi is leaving. And Earth is tripping. So many things are still happening. And I'm excited to see how the rest of the season is going to play out. But yeah, this was good. Getting right back into it. And we'll see just how big and bad this gets. But I think Psychor is probably going to be the big issue going forward. And is Bester going to be in the middle of that? But also, like, Earth, we gotta fix that. And I don't know how. We gotta get that. We gotta get new leadership there for sure. And we'll see if Babylon 5 can play a role in that at all. So yeah, good episode. Getting right back in it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.